Guys, ngifuna ukuthi today asidlali sakuzodlala. Hey guys, welcome to African Empire, where we create content that is affordable, quick and easy, and will definitely give you the glow that you're looking for, the glow that you deserve, the glow that I know for real, that it was always meant to be yours, honey. You deserve this glow because why not? I feel like every time I say glow, I must emphasize you must get your glow, baby, because why not? Okay guys, I am proceeding today, as you guys might have seen from the title of the video. Bossing up is what we are talking about today, and I'm sharing a bit of me, so you might want to stay tuned and give this video a like. And I don't have targets yet to say give this video this much likes and then I'll do 1 2 3 for you, but I will say to you guys, let's grow the channel. And with that being said, we are on our bossing up video, and it makes sense with the 2 other videos that I did. I'll link them down in the description below if you haven't checked them out, for you guys to check them out. If you're new, do subscribe, you know, all the good stuff. With that being said, let's get to it. Okay guys, so I want us to talk about bossing up on this video. What do I mean by that and all the good stuff? You'll hear them in a second. So I wanted to say today to you guys, now that we have classified what I am, we have spoken about if it's easy or not, right? We have talked about all of that. We can now proceed to what I wanted us to proceed to and where I wanted us to get to, right? So we are proceeding. I want to share a bit about my occupational journey, and I feel like it's going to be relevant for this video because this is where now I bring to you the awareness of why I even chose what I chose. Remember, when we were classifying and when we were talking about if it's going to be easy and stuff, we actually were building the foundation so that whatever now we do bossing up our lives or our careers or whatever, it'll make sense, right? So I want to share a few of my journey with you guys. Not a few of my journey, actually a few details about my journey going to this year and how everything is starting to make sense now. You know, it took me up until this far for me to understand what God was doing with my life and what God was actually aligning. So I am here to share more ways on why I have been a boss babe of my life and why I felt the urge to share about being a boss in your own lives and also just being a boss regardless of circumstance. So I've been a person that you will tell me I can't light a fire because I don't have matchsticks, and I will make a plan because I literally grew up like that. That's my life. We are patterns, so you literally find ways, like as much as you might not have everything that you want at the moment, but you will find ways to boss up and stand up, put your head up high, shoulders straight, and look at the problem and ask yourself, how can I solve this? If you can, you do. If you can't, you look at it and say, what other options do I have? You know? So that's bossing up your life. If you also look at things like that, honey, you are the boss of your own life. If you wanted me to tell you, I am telling you guys right now. So I'm about to share with you guys why do I feel this urge to even talk about such things. It's because I'm in that era, number uno, I'm in that era of finding myself in a larger scale because I've been so shy with sharing some of the things and feeling like, oh my gosh, am I being too much? Am I scattering from the vision? No, I am the vision and I am Africa's empire, so I might as well build this empire with all aspects of strength that I have, and this is one of them. being a boss babe and being a boss of your own life despite circumstances. That's why I've always said we create affordable content that is quick, because despite of the lack of resources, we are going to do this. Despite of the expenses, we are going to find a way. Despite of whatever we come across, we are going to make it happen. If we have to get that outfit down, we are going to find ways to make it look good. If we have to do that hair despite having extensions, we are going to find a solution to actually make it happen. And also to inspire mostly girls that come from places that limited them with resources and places that were not so privileged. So it's to say to them, guys, I'm here to represent Uguti. An African child can shine and glow despite where they come from. Whether you are from Congo, whether you're from Togo, whether you're from Nigeria, whether you're from Lesotho, whether you're from Mpumalanga, literally, as long as you are in the continent, you can literally make it happen. And I'm here to tell you that, and I'm here to bring that light to say, you have no excuse, okay? Okay guys, enough about that. So I wanted to talk to you guys. Come, let's get up close and personal. So I did a cute structure map on my script to say where I wanted to just draw where my occupational experiences started from and what I've learned thus far, because I feel like that is something that a lot of us might not pay attention to, especially when you're going through the pain of being in a job that you hate or a job that you don't know why you're there. You might not see it up until one day you're sitting and everything makes sense. So with me, quick story time. With me, I started my occupational journey with working at a garage. So I was working at a garage. I'm just gonna make it quick and simple because I wanted to be based on bossing up, right? So I'm gonna be telling you what I learned from that and what it brought to me, right? This was my first job, you guys, and I was earning my salary through an envelope, like the white envelope. Right? If you have that experience, shout out down below in the comment section to say, girl, I know what you're talking about. So I was getting my money on a white envelope. I remember it vividly because I was so excited. Despite how I was receiving the money, I was excited because now I have money, I'm earning. But guess what? It was not just my money. It was also because I felt like I was chosen at the time to be the one that actually got that to do whatever I had to do. That's a story for another day, but let's focus on bossing up. So I want to explain what I learned from that, and all of this is being clear now that I'm this old. Imagine that. Fun fact. Anyways, so when I was working there, I realized to go to the biggest lesson that I learned was to learn people skills, because we're working near a garage. There's so many customers entering, so you're literally learning people skills. You are literally learning retail skills. That's mostly the most takeaway I took. I got to learn how to receive a stock, because sometimes you'd find you are the one on floor and literally there's Red Bulls coming in and now you have to receive, you have to check invoices and everything. So retail, merchandise counting, stock taking, you name it. When I say retail skills, if you know, you know. We can go deep and dive deep. It can be a book, it's a long story, but just to brief it out, that's where I learned most of people skills, interactions, how to actually work in a team, work with people. You know, you'll see so many different inspirations of different cars coming in and you'll be like, oh, my dream car. You know, so it was so fun because I got so much inspiration and all of that. Moving to the second job, it's literally jobs that I can count, they're less than 5, don't worry. So moving to the second one, I then moved, I'm just gonna skip all the life things, I'm just gonna jump to strictly occupation. So moving to the second one, it was when now I started working for the bookmaking industry, the gambling industry, if you would like to put it in paragraph, but it's a bookmaking industry. And guys, that's where now it started getting serious, because now I get paid through the bank. Ooh, it was something for me, because I was like, oh, I get to get a pay slip, I get to, like, you know, everything is like very, you know. And it was so fun for me because I was so young, filled with energy, very determined. I've always been determined, guys. That's what I'm saying. This is just a map for me to show you guys. Bossing up does challenges that now. It's not just something that I am learning now to say, waking up and saying, oh, you know what, I want to boss up my life. No, it's something that it's been a train. It's been a train, and it's still going to be a train, because even now I'm still learning a lot of things, you know, about what I'm currently into. But anyways, my main focus is this. Listen very carefully. With all these jobs, now that I sit and think, there's always something that I learned and took away with me. And I have always been a person who has the eager to learn, and I'll explain more about that on this last job, because that one is, it's still fresh. And well, the industry, it's not a job actually, I'm going to talk about the industry because it makes more sense. So I throughout was learning my bossing up skills unaware, and now that I sit and, you know, when you're a person like me who likes to sit and literally find your strengths and stuff, you would, this will figure good. Oh, I learned this there, oh, it was, you know, it was all for a reason. That's why I say this to say everything in life that happens for a reason. You know that song that says everything happens for a reason, everything happens for a reason, na, 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 na. You know, we literally would think, it's just a song, but I am feeling like all of these things happen for a reason, because now it's all making sense. For instance, on the bookmaking industry, that's where I learned a lot about sports. I learned a lot about horse racing, about soccer, about rugby. Who would have thought, you know, about numbers? I literally learned about money, like large sums of money, in terms of seeing someone win 10 million and they're panicking or sweating or even normal. You know, reactions to people on how they were, let me rather put it this way, observing different people on how they react to winning, you know, which was important because I've always knew I'm destined for great things, and I've always wanted to be able to manage it when it's time for me to manage it. So observing those kind of things, you literally see different characters and you literally ask yourself, like how, you know, and then you start now envisioning yourself, it's a manifestation type of phase, but it's more of a how do I handle winning, you know, type of thing. But most of it was just understanding and seeing how people can be addicted to things and how people react to winning, you know, because it's all about that. That's what the industry is about. And not just that, but also learning the sporting world. And you know, it was just an industry of me learning more than anything, because now I look at it and I'm saying at the time with that salary I was somehow ungrateful sometimes, because I'd be like, I can't even get a car, you know. But it was not about that. It was about embrace what you're going through and take away something, because one day you won't be here and you will have memories, you know. That's why they say when someone passes, what you remember mostly it's the memories. It's not really their money and stuff. Okay, that can play a role somewhere, but mostly it's, you know, how the person made you feel, you know, all this good stuff. So it's how now I am feeling about each phase of my life at that time, you know, which now I'm literally preparing myself into saying, no, I'm ready, you know, because of 1, 2, 3, how I handle 1, 2, 3, you know. Now I'm assessing everything, you understand? Okay, so yeah. And also understanding the power of money, and also understanding how money can change people, how people react with money. Like, it was literally a whole school, you know, of my life. And then moving on to the third and last industry, is the construction industry. Now the construction industry, if you're listening very carefully, you will understand. I learned about the power of money. Now I am experiencing up close millionaires. Like, I'm working on a daily basis with millionaires. I'm literally exposed to them on a daily basis, and for someone who know little of me would think, oh, this girl is in this industry because of money. Which money? My main goal going into the industry was always to say, I want to learn the systems, I want to learn the business, I want to learn the business side of things, and I want to learn how things operate. I want to experience how a millionaire spends their day, like if they wake up. Now it's not a big deal to me. That's why sometimes people will think, oh, she's being cocky when she says, oh, it's because once you experience something and you learn, and you be like, oh, okay, it takes you to another level of thinking, to a point where now you see value of, like, for instance, other things less, and you realize there's more to life. You understand? So with the construction industry, that's where now I was mostly about the learning. And a lot of people might think, oh, you're stupid to think like that. You should go there and gun for, resources. You must have maybe 7 cars. You must, But for me, it was a thing of, what? Knowledge is power. Like, once you learn something and you grasp it and you master, you can literally take it further long term. But if you're going to buy the Maseratis, the Porsches, the thingies, let's say for instance you have money for that, okay, fine, later on those things might depreciate. Now you have to sell them, now you have to exchange them, now you have to replace them. It's a lot of, but if you learn the principles and the things that are mostly for instance, if you think like me, if you know good to know, man, I'm destined for great things, and if you have that mindset, it's okay, one day I can have all of that, but it shouldn't be my main focus. Like, for instance, sometimes, Mina, I will say yes to deals of low paychecks for people when I explain to people that no, I'm being paid for this and I'm handling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects, and I'm only being paid for one. People will think, oh, you're stupid, how can you settle for that? But at the time, I knew that I was actually in the game because I am exploring the things that were once my wishes, to say, I wonder how a millionaire lives, and up close, if you get my point. So it takes a lot for you to get to that mindset and mastering that. While people think, oh, she's stupid, this one you can actually play with her because she's stupid, them not understanding that no, actually those are the goals, because they're literally looking very naive, but behind the scenes they're solving your problems without you even noticing. Number one. Number two, they are actually the main thing holding everything together, but because you are not aware, one day you will be aware, and I'm sure it will be too late. But it's that type of thing to say. That's where now I learned more business skills, and that's where I learned how most of the systems operate. I was aware of so many things. That's where I also prioritized my mental health, because hey guys, I hear people say, oh, I wish I had 100 million. Let me say something. I think you have to be prepared for those kind of things. That's why sometimes they will say, you need someone who's going to counsel you for this kind of, because guys, people are going crazy out here. And I'm not saying crazy like, oh, no, it's like it never gets enough. It's like, for instance, I was talking to my other friend and I said, how much is a lot of money actually? I know, right? How much is a lot of money? And I know someone would be like, oh, you're asking. No, but if you look at it with the perspective I'm looking at it from, you will literally understand. You will literally be like, no, this girl is onto something. How much is a lot of money really? How much is a lot of money? Because every person has their own perspective of what a lot of money is. with that being said, guys, I'm gonna drop it here. This is my bossing up video, and this is what I'm talking about when I say we're bossing up. And I'm talking to the person that might be sitting somewhere where they're not liking what they're doing, and in the meantime, while you're still in that place and you don't like what you're doing, figure out your strengths, figure out what you want to do, figure out if you were not there, where would you be? Because once you figure those kind of things out, when you're out of there, you'll actually realize the blessings that you got from there, because there's no place that won't give you blessings, right? Despite everything, now I'm able to outline these things to say, oh, I learned people skills, oh, I learned sport skills, oh, I learned business skills, because I did a full preview to saying, okay, I'm so grateful also to have not been fired anyway. I've never been fired. I don't think I'm a problem. You know, I've never been fired. Every place I've resigned, you know, and I know it's not a good thing when we look at it in the labor laws, but if you have the perspective that I have with life and the plans that I have for myself and where I want to go, I mean, it makes sense for me. It makes sense, and I'm so grateful, man. And despite everything, this is what I mean when I say you need to boss up. Being a boss doesn't only come with the accolades of the leadership and people praising you, but it comes with, are you learning as you're going, or are you just going? You know. So guys, I'll close it here. This is the end of the video. If you enjoy videos like this, do give it a thumbs up, and I've got more. There's more of where that came from, but I'll leave it here for now and say I'm so grateful now that I'm in this chapter of my life and I'm discovering these kind of things that I'm discovering, and I'm so grateful to say I trust God, and I know He's holding my hand because I'm His favorite princess. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys on my next one. Mwah, bye bye.